I will be there. Brenda! No, Hunter and I are not ready for that. Yeah, well, I heard that you and Jack... So it's true. Scandalous. Okay. Alright, I'll see you in 10.
It's the way you love me. It's a feeling like this. It's centrifugal motion. It's perpetual bliss. It's that pivotal moment. It's impossible. This kiss. Unstoppable. This kiss.
They're coming to get me soon. I can feel it. That's why I gotta look my best. There's nothing quite like 2 parties in a row. Hunter said he thought it was crazy, and he almost said that he didn't want to go, but I heard him talk to Lily last night, and he was much more eager to go with her. He was very apologetic when I confronted him. I got a letter from my aunt yesterday. She's doing well. A little sunburnt. But, you know, that's what you get for running away to Mexico. I never really did understand her. She was a, milk before the cereal kind of woman. Still, she didn't really deserve to be chased down like an animal. But maybe Mexico really was the place for her. I always thought that I was way too clever for murder. I mean, it's way too easy for anyone who you think deserves it. If someone's hurt you, and you want to hurt them back, you don't just kill them. I mean, you leave them with an injury that they can never recover from. I mean, that way, they can live out the rest of their lives regretting ever having done anything to you. I need to look my best for when they get here. There will no doubt be pictures taken, and heaven knows, those things last forever. I wouldn't consider myself popular, although everybody at school wants to be friends with my friends, and wants to date my boyfriend. But I feel just as invisible as everybody else. Aww. This year I said to myself, Gea, this year you will be seen. This is your senior year, your golden age. You may not be prom queen, but you will be seen. And after last night, I think I achieved that goal. How do I look? Brenda hasn't called me since last night, which is weird because usually she calls me once every hour with some gossip that usually goes as far as someone's sock change at a party. She's not the sharpest tool in the box, but, you know, we've been friends since kindergarten. It'd be wrong to just stop talking to her. Apparently she doesn't seem to think so. Aww. I mean, for once in my life, I actually want to know what people are saying about me. If I finally made an impression on those jocks and cheerleaders that have been ignoring me all year. Brenda's a cheerleader. Just along with Lily. Those two are really the ones that should be friends, not me and Brenda. But Brenda always said that I was the only one she wanted to talk to, so... It's weird, though. Last night, Hunter wasn't the only one talking to Lily. I caught Brenda giggling with her over a game of beer pong. Tea is said to be calming. I need calming. If I'm honest with you, I'm a little nervous with them coming and everything. I don't know what time they're supposed to be here, so, it's driving me insane. My dad is on a conference in New York, and my mom loves it there, so they decided to take the week as a bit of a romantic outing. They left me the house, I mean, any other kid my age would have probably thrown a party by now. But, I mean, I value my life just a little too much to ever throw caution to the wind like that. But Hunter was supposed to come over. He was a boy of my dreams, you know. He was tall, like, really tall. And he was a little scrawny, but he had a jawline that could cut. And his brown hair always fell into his eyes, but it was so soft to touch. And his eyes, oh my, I can't even describe them. They were so perfect. But after last night, it wouldn't be proper to have him over. And I'm sure if you'd asked him, he'd rather be anywhere else. The thing is, I don't actually hate Lily. I mean, she's never really done anything to me. But she's the fakest person I have ever met. I mean, I know she's been trying to take Hunter from me for about a year, while at the same time acting like we were best friends. And I know that she talks trash about me behind my back. So you can imagine how mad I was seeing both my best friend and my boyfriend talking to her on the same night. Aww. And maybe I was wrong for doing what I did to Lily. Maybe she didn't deserve it. But the bottle was just right there, and I couldn't resist. So yeah, I poured an entire bottle of red wine over her stupid white dress. It was hilarious. I mean, her hair was ruined and her dress was definitely ruined and her makeup was a mess. And I screamed Happy Independence Day. And I just threw the bottle into the pool and I ran off while everybody behind me was freaking out and asking Lily if she was okay. And I ran into the woods behind Scott's house and I sat behind a tree and I just laughed for an hour. And the night should have ended there. But I went back inside to get my stuff. You see, Hunter's problem was that he cared too much about everyone. I mean, he was always there to be somebody's shoulder to cry on. He never really thought about himself. And luckily, he had me, because I would always be there for him. Aww. I walked back into the party, and I didn't get any high fives or anything, but everybody was staring at me. They finally saw me. And that was enough. As I walked through the house, Brenda started walking with me, and she had her head down, sort of as to shield her face from the crowd or something. And she asked me if I was okay. And I told her the truth. I was completely honest with her. I had never felt better. And that was when that's when I found Hunter in Scott Adams' room with his arm around Lily and his beautiful face was looking down at her with her eyes full of tears, and I watched him for a while. I watched as his hand moved from her arm to her thigh. And I watched as he kissed her temple, and then her cheek, and then her lips. And I watched as he fell, and she fell with him. It was a quiet moment. It's interesting to see what people do when they think they're alone. They're here. I didn't realize it at the time, but my foot was stuck in between the door and the frame. So when I tried to leave, the door creaked and opened and knocked over a baseball bat that was just in the entrance. And when they saw me, they jumped apart from each other. And I picked up the bat with the intention of putting it back. I swear, I wanted to put it back. But Lily had this smug smile on her face. And it was almost as if she was mocking me. I mean, she hid behind Hunter's broad shoulders. And she clung onto his arm. And Hunter tried to shake her off. At least I think he did. That's when I realized I was crying. I ran off into the woods behind Scott's house, the ones where I was laughing not very long before. And Hunter followed me. I liked that he followed me.
This morning at 8 a.m., body of 18-year-old Hunter Matthews was found in Hollow Creek Woods in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Witnesses have said,
"Put the bat down, Gea."
Police, open up!
Really, all I could do was watch myself beat him with the bat. There was so much strength I didn't know I had. And I just kept going and going and going. I didn't want to kill him. I loved Hunter more than anything. But I was just so mad. And he was right there. His eyes were reflecting the moonlight. He was beautiful as ever. I could have gone to Mexico. My aunt's letter invited me to come stay with her. But I was just so tired. And at least now they see me. I mean, who was I kidding? The wine wasn't enough. My friends weren't enough. And Hunter, he wasn't enough.
Open up!
And I guess in the end, I wasn't clever enough after all.
This kiss